What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here with a new in real life draft. This particular draft is sponsored by patron Sean Peters. You too can sponsor drafts at patreon.com/MTGHeadQuarters. So you see my first two picks are Tyrant and Valakut and Nissa's Judgment. I don't love first picking that, and here's where things go bad for me. I pick a red card, a green card, and then I see a good red-green card, and I make a bad decision here to kind of force red-green. I'm getting fed decent cards, but this is really common. A rookie draft mistake. I don't stay open. I'm all impressed with my first four picks, thinking I'm going to have a really good red-green deck. Instead, I feel like there were better picks that I could have made. And later in the draft, I noticed that the Surge deck, red-blue Surge deck, is wide open. But I've already committed too much to red-green, and I can't draft it. So I end up with a lot of good red Surge cards, but not the blue ones that are passed around later. This pack, Loam Larva seems good, especially if I'm going to go red-green. Although the core, there's lots of good cards in this pack, but I've made a bad decision here to force. Here's a Goblin Freerunner, totally nice pick. Bailoff Pop's good, but I don't have any support cards at this point, so I'm not really thinking about that. I'm kind of thinking about red-green landfall type deck. The funny thing is, this draft, okay, so let's see what we got in this pack. There's an Ondu War Cleric in this pack, which is really late, so I take it. I actually went 2-0 and split in the last round in this draft. But drafts here at Wizards Moo is a little different. A lot of guys will draft because they only charge $10 and then drop for standard. Here I'm seeing some white allies available. The Cinder Hellions, okay. The null color this slate's not great, but I take the Troll instead because you got to pay the Troll toll if you want to get into the boys' hole. You know?
Every single pack.
Here, it's a really late Vampire Envoy, so I take it. And
Well,
there's a core Sky Climber, which I'm surprised is in the pack as well. So anyway, I actually ended up going 2-0 and splitting in the last round. And
It's unbeatable.
I hated my deck, and I'm not sure if I think 2 or 3 fellas dropped after the first round, so I don't know how I would have fared against them. I did play who I thought had the best deck in the finals, and he did beat me in 3, but we had already shook on it, so it didn't really matter. There's a guy at the table that had Relief Captain, Drana, and Kalidas in their deck. I was happy just to beat him once. But I think my win in that matchup was a combination of my run goods and his run bad. So here in pack 2, I'm feeling pretty good about my red-green. There's a dead rare there. Dimensional Infiltrator, I think it is. Netcaster Spider's pretty good. Underdrafted, I think. And here's where I start to make some mistakes. So I decide I'm going to force red-green. So I should just take the Netcaster Spider. I even thought about it there. But I'm like, I have some white allies, so I'll take that. I don't think first pick cutting in pack 2 is ever a great decision. That, I think, was really bad. Here I have Birthing Hulk, Scion Summoner, Bailoff Null. Scion Summoner is probably the pick. I hope that's what I take. Blinding Drone's very good. Obviously, I'm not in blue. And no, I might take the Birthing Hulk, too. Oh, I took the Science Summoner. Look at me go. I think that's the better pick. Now I start to see the blue Surge cards, I believe, kind of rolling my way. Here's a Isolation Zone and a Step Glider. Lots of good white cards. I'm going to take the... I mean, the Free Runner's probably the pick. Yeah, okay. I did do that. Good me. Good on me. At least I'm disciplined in my... At least I'm sticking to my bad decision. There's another Free Runner. Make a Stand is also good, but I'm really trying to just stay 2 colors. But I get pretty much cut out of green. There's a Surge card here. I'm thinking another Ondu War Cleric. There's so much Expedition Raptor, Crumbling Vestige. There's a lot in this pack. I think I hope I just take the War Cleric because that's probably the pick. But I might take the dual land out of fear that I end up in 3 colors. I think at this point I'm thinking, oh boy, I might be in green. Now there's a Malakir Soothsayer in that pack, which is insane. So I'm very annoyed to see that. Yeah, like, is it too late to go white-black? Is it too late? And I stay disciplined and just take the wall, which is very good. Another Sky Climber. Sky Climber is very good, I think. Can jump. And it won me a few games. Having 2 Ondu War Clerics would have been nice, too. But I'm basically in Naya at this point. And I made the decision. And that's another Malakir Soothsayer back-to-back. So gross. And I just have to pass it. Because if I would have taken the one, maybe I could have taken the second one. But... I don't know what I'm actually saying in the video right now, but I'm sure I'm like, dang, what is this doing in this pack? And actually, I didn't film... Well, I did film gameplay. One game... And I lost it, but I won the last 2. And I didn't keep it only because the person I was playing let me know afterwards that he wasn't super comfortable being filmed, so I kind of stopped it. And that's okay. I totally respect that. And obviously, I think this is the part that most of you like anyway. And it's good for me, too, to go through stuff. And I think I should just take the Searing Light here. Yeah. I considered the dual land just because I still am not happy with where I am. And here I have my pick of 2 garbage cards. And Huge Alignment. Last pick rare. I'm hoping that I can still get there with red-green, but I took a lot of okay white cards. I actually end up playing Naya because things really unravel in this Battle for Zendikar pack for me. But like I said, I think staying disciplined is obviously the better plan. I got lucky in that I ran good, and I played okay. And that's why I won, but I definitely didn't have the best deck in almost any one of my matchups. Here's a completely dead pack for me. You know, I think I have to take the Valakut Invoker or something like that. Yeah, I'm always like, I gotta relook because this is really bad. Or I could have taken the Courier Griffin, but I'm still trying to hope I can get into red-green. And the Invoker's not a bad card. Especially in Landfall, where you're going to be obviously pushing out a lot of lands to get to that 8, because it's extremely powerful once that thing's online. Now, here's another completely dead pack. There's a Beastmaster in there, which is fine. I should probably take the Evolving Wilds, but I take the Beastmaster, still holding on to the hope that I can play red-green. But what happens is I end up with not enough red-green playables, and I have to splash white. I think here's where I make the decision, because there's a Stasis Snare in this pack and literally nothing else. And I'm happy with the white cards that I do have. So I take the Snare, and I'm thinking to myself now, man, I really should have taken that Isolation Zone earlier. Oran Reef here I think is fine pick, or another Beastmaster. Again, here, if I was in the red-blue Surge deck, more good blue cards coming my way. And I should have taken the Stalwart here. I feel like I didn't. I feel like I took maybe Unnatural. I might have taken Blighted. Yeah, the land. Good fixing. And double landfall trigger, but I didn't get any landfall creatures. But I think that card's pretty good. Another Oran Reef. I think that's a fine pick. You want to get your 2-drops. Oh, here, a Valakut Predator. My first landfall card, so I take that. I already took one Oran Reef. Although I think 2 of them would have been fine. They trade off early. They can trade up with the 3/2 in late game. They have to be dealt with. So next week's real life draft, I think we're gonna give to Mr. Alan Webb from Patreon. I think I take the Plummet here. There's a lot of good cards, like Sludge Crawler does so much work. I actually, in game 2 against my round 1 opponent, I sideboard Plummet in, and it does work for me. I think Plummet is probably main deck playable in this format. I mean, you're not happy to be playing Plummet, but it gets a lot of things. There are a lot of flyers in this format. I probably should have taken the second Plummet there and played 2, because, like, late, I play the guy who has the crazy white-black Drana Kalidas deck, also had, like, 3 Vampire Envoys, and I would have probably played 2 Plummets against him. Here's a really late Sludge Crawler again. More blue playables. I'll just cut that. So I got almost no good cards. Here's more blue playables. But again, I blew it. There's a great blue card, Tide Drifter. But this is just an example of if you force it. But, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary on the picks. I definitely have fun shooting these, and I want to get and do more. Hopefully I'll do 2 next week. And hopefully you learned from my mistakes, and you catch me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/MTGHeadQuarters. I'll be streaming tonight and most nights. So here's what I ended up with. As you can see, it's mostly red-green, but I splash white for creatures with the Sky Climbers, the War Cleric, and the Stasis Snares. Oh, and the Wall of Resurgence, too. So it's okay. What's up, and thanks for watching this video. I produce all different kinds of content, so if you haven't yet, click on my face to subscribe. If you want to watch more videos, I've got some sweet playlists, including this one, where I open up every fat pack ever created. I've also got this one over here, where I open just about anything vintage and old and expensive for your enjoyment. And all this is made possible by the awesome backers at our Patreon, which is linked in the description of every video. Hop on over there, check it out, see if it's something you might want to consider. If not, sit back, enjoy, and I'll still love you.